Let me begin this episode with a question. Are you fulfilled at work? Hmm? Well, what does being fulfilled even mean? Well, why do you work then? Well, you need a paycheck, right? But are you fulfilled? Well, what on earth does that mean? That's what I want to explore in this particular video. I remember in my MBA program at University of Connecticut, I completed it in 1984. So my gosh, let's do some quick math. 84, that's 1623, that's almost 40 years ago. In the human resource classes, the topics were always about getting employees to work hard for you, how to get them to work hard for you. And part of the way you do that, aside from paying well, is to give them work that they actually enjoy and find fulfilling. There's that word again. You know, up until that point, it's kind of that workers were units of production. I mean, and let's face it, people you employ still are units of production. You hire them to do work for you over which you can profit. But this concept of fulfillment in work is actually fairly new. You know, thinking back to my dad, he spent his entire working career at one company, nearly so. You know, after completing the military at 19, being a World War vet at 19, a series of jobs until he found one and then stayed with it. Nobody does that anymore. Nobody. Used to be that if you change jobs several times over your career, a potential employer would think you're disloyal, you're a job hopper, so why should we invest a lot of time into you because you're just going to leave? Now that's turned on its head. A potential employer would look at a resume of somebody who's been at one place for a long time and might think, why did you stay there so long? So me as a potential employer, I would expect to see someone make significant job changes 6, 7 times over the course of a career. And why? Well, anyone who's ever changed jobs knows that if you want to get your income bumped up, you're not going to get it bumped up at your current employer. You've got to go someplace else. So you change jobs for opportunities, for training, for growth, as well as, of course, for income. So the point of view is that, yes, you're a unit of production for your new employer, but it's much more mutual. Your employer also has an understanding that to keep you and to pull the best work out of you, you need to have a commitment and a buy-in to the mission of what the company is doing. Otherwise, you clock in, you clock out, and it doesn't matter. This has been a big, big change. So for someone of earlier in my generation, the outlook for a man going to work was kind of that of the stoic. You know, you grin and bear it. Job fulfillment, what's that? It's my fulfillment comes in knowing that personally I feel fulfilled my duty. I'm providing a living for my family. I'm putting bread on the table. Whether or not I like it is a whole other story, and one that really kind of doesn't matter because I have to go to work anyway. So how things have changed. I made my own transition to financial planning in my early 40s. You know, I was doing I had retail management, did that for several years at quite a few department and specialty stores. And you know, what happened was I got tired of making money for everybody else. So I always had a strong entrepreneurial bent. So in my early 40s, went and got an insurance license, then added to that securities licenses and others, and eventually CFP certification. It's a board certification for financial planners, and then began to build from there. So that strong entrepreneurial bent, yeah, I've had it, I guess, my whole life. So it has been absolutely wonderful to do this work. It is such personal work that I do with my clients. And let me tell you, I joke about this in the classes that I've taught over the years. But yeah, people will talk to you about their sex lives before they'll talk to you about their money. So establishing a relationship, a fiduciary relationship, where my client can share really what their goals are, what their objectives are, what really makes them tick. And it's my job to show them the way to finance what they want. Oh, it's just tremendously fulfilling work. We've saved people from bad provisions in estate planning documents. We've saved people money on taxes because they weren't doing things properly, maybe missing deductions and credits. We've helped people organize their money so that they run their money and it's not the other way around. We've helped people organize their financial lives towards a purpose. So, am I fulfilled at work? Back to my original question. Yeah, I really am. I sure am. And work then, as it said, when you enjoy what you do, it's not work so much. And you get to get paid for it. So how wonderful is that? So at this point of life, yeah, it really is a joy to come to work. We speak with clients about a work optional lifestyle. And you've heard, I'm sure, or read that everything in life is a choice. Sure, it's a choice. Yeah, okay. It's a choice for me to go to work. Yes, it is. I can choose to stay home, not work, then I don't get paid, and then, my mortgage gets foreclosed on. So, yeah, are those choices? Yeah, well, they are, but they aren't really, But at this stage of life, everything really is a choice, and it's my choice. And that's why I've really come to like the term golden years. So I'm love to work with the clients who really want to work with me to plan out what's maybe arguably the late autumn or the winter of your lives to make it absolutely wonderful. So if you're thinking of doing something like that, visit our website, www.cameron-downing.com. You'll see all of our pricing fully disclosed there, and you can book a call and start working with a fiduciary financial planner. Till then, take care, everyone.